From the 1011 Now streaming studio, this is The Night Beat.
Sponsored by Pella Windows and Doors of Lincoln.
Good evening, I'm Danielle Shenk with your headlines for Tuesday, July 15th. We begin tonight with 2 court updates, followed by a series of crashes making headlines across Nebraska. In a major legal decision, a 15-year-old teen will face adult charges in a deadly stabbing case. Stephen Max Demore is accused of stabbing 16-year-old Xavier Sawyer in 2024. He now faces first-degree murder and felony weapon charges. Court records show Demore has been living with his grandfather, attending online school, and in therapy since being released on bond. The documents reveal Sawyer showed up at Demore's home in May and threw a punch before Demore allegedly stabbed him twice. We're also learning disturbing new details about the case against 56-year-old Todd Simmons of Seward. A 20-year-old woman told police Simmons sexually abused her for years, using manipulation, violence, and control starting in 2020. She escaped and reported it in 2024. Court records say Simmons used cameras and limited internet access to isolate children and hide his actions. He was arrested July 3rd and is charged with first-degree sexual assault and other felonies. His bond is set at $50,000. Now to a heartbreaking case out of Hastings. No criminal charges are expected after police say a toddler was accidentally backed over and killed by a pickup truck Sunday afternoon. The 17-month-old boy had been playing outside with several adults nearby when one of his parents moved the truck, unaware the child was behind it. Police say there's no sign of neglect, drug, or alcohol use. Now to 2 serious crashes in Lancaster County. We're learning more about a deadly rollover crash near Southwest 98th and West A Monday night. A deputy tried to stop a speeding Nissan Altima around 9 p.m. Seconds later, the driver, 39-year-old Jay Peterson, hit a spillway, went airborne, and rolled. He wasn't wearing a seatbelt and was ejected, dying at the scene.
It was not called a pursuit. Probably 15 seconds before the crash, the lights went on, and then 15 seconds later, the crash happened.
Peterson's death is considered an in-custody death, triggering a grand jury review. Court records show he was on parole, had a revoked license, and had been in and out of prison since 2012. Investigators are working to determine if drugs or alcohol played a factor. Deputies are also investigating a crash that sent an elderly woman and an 8-year-old child to the hospital this afternoon. It happened just after 2:30 at Adams Street and North 148th. Deputies say the vehicle they were in collided with a semi while heading eastbound. Both were hospitalized with unknown injuries. The semi driver was uninjured and seatbelts were reportedly in use. Back in Lincoln, if you've driven around town lately, you've likely noticed construction cones at nearly every turn. LTU says they're making the most of summer weather to complete as many road projects as possible before school resumes. Each project is contracted separately, so the idea of finishing one job before starting another isn't always feasible. Some major efforts, including work on 56th, 40th, and 48th, are on track to wrap up by fall.
We recognize not everyone loves construction. We see construction as progress, that we're investing in our community. And the community has told us year after year, one of their top priorities is better streets.
Thanks to Lincoln on the Move funding, LTU hopes to eventually shift toward more preventative maintenance. Drivers are encouraged to use the Waze app and the city's online project map to avoid closures and detours. As part of its 50 States in 50 Days series this summer, SportsCenter featured the Cornhusker State Games this morning, showcasing events like track relays, arm wrestling, and volleyball with Jordan Larson. ESPN visited Lincoln over the weekend, while the Nebraska Sports Council hosted a watch party this morning to celebrate. Organizers say the segment reflects the state's pride and welcoming spirit. The games run through the weekend. And finally, Nebraska football's Fan Day is less than 3 weeks away, set for August 2nd at the Hawks Championship Center from 4:30 to 6 p.m. Fans can meet players and grab autographs before the Big Red Preview at Memorial Stadium at 6:30, the first public fall camp practice. Fan Day is free, while tickets for the preview event supporting NIL efforts range from $10 to $30 and go on sale tomorrow at 10 a.m. Rounding out your night beat is a check of the 7-day forecast.
You've been listening to The Night Beat.
Sponsored by Pella Windows and Doors of Lincoln.
Watch, listen, and stream on the 1011 app on YouTube or wherever you get your podcasts.